Hello everyone, Professor Little here. I wanted to spend a minute and say welcome to CISW 320 Introduction to Website Development. By now you have completed your orientation required for remaining enrolled in the class. So I wanted to spend a minute and do a quick D2L overview and then also a quick introduction to HTML. The overview for D2L that I'm going to talk about is once you log in, the home page, which is the news section, and different areas of the classroom, the instructor office, the content, and how the modules are organized using navigation, and then the class list in D2L. So when you first log into D2L, when you select the class link for the Fall 15 CISW 320 online with Little, that's me, it will take you into our online classroom. And the first homepage will be the area that you will have news items posted. It also has my contact information, and if you scroll down, it will show you various updates and then give you a brief display of the content of the browser, which is in the content area. And your screen might look a little bit different than mine because I'm in the instructor view. So I'll just let you explore the online classroom. I do want to point out that typically when I post an item in the news item, I will also email the class. And you want to make sure that you are receiving email notices for this course. So you want to make sure that you have activated your Los Rios Gmail account, which is the apps.losrios.edu. So you can type in that URL directly, or if you go to the Sac City College homepage, you'll also be able to access that link on the upper right hand corner of the browser to get to the Los Rios Gmail. So it is important that you set up a forwarding address for this account so you're receiving email regularly if you don't check this Los Rios account regularly. So a lot of students will have a different email address that they check regularly and set up a forwarding address for email sent to this particular address to be forwarded to their primary. It doesn't matter which email that you use as long as you check your email a couple of times a week. So the first area I'd like to show you in our classroom is the content area, and this is where all of the instruction takes place. So during orientation, one of the items that you had to complete was reviewing the class materials and reference area and reading and printing the course syllabus. So this is our contract for the class essentially, and provides the details and specifics about assignments, etc. So I'm not going to review every part of this document because you've already read the entire document, but I do want to point out a few areas. So first of all, I want to give you a reality check on how much time you're going to spend in this class, and essentially it's going to be hours and hours and hours. So when you're first learning to code in the beginning, it takes time. So if you've never done any coding, you should allot a big block of time for this particular class. If you've coded before or done any programming, it might not take you as long to complete assignments. So every student is a little bit different, but I just don't want you to have any surprises that you need to spend a lot of time on this class. So for this class, we're going to have a required textbook, and when I say required, I mean required. Some courses you don't need the textbook, but this is not one of those courses. So you absolutely have to have this textbook for success in this class. And as far as when should you have the textbook, you should already have the textbook. So if you are a motivated student, you typically should have your textbooks the first day of class. So I understand the whole financial constraints because I was a single parent and working full time, and the whole thing and didn't necessarily have a lot of money for textbooks, but in this case, you have to look at this particular textbook as a tool to your earning capacity. So if you are serious about wanting to learn this topic, you need to get the textbook. So back to our course syllabus. So if you go to page 5, this is the breakdown of the grading criteria for the course. And what you're going to see is that you have all of these website case studies. So there are 4 of them in all, and essentially I've broken this down. At the end of each chapter, you will have a case study to complete. And Pacific Trails Resort is the main case study that you will do from start to finish through chapters 2 through 12 throughout the course. And so what you're going to see is I have them broken down, like the first website case study is week 1 through 4. So that means that it's your job to code chapters 2, 3, and 4 the first 4 weeks of class. And then that just continues on as the course progresses. Now, if you look further down on the course outline, it gives you a breakdown of time schedules, due dates, etc. So what you're going to notice as this first week 1, your job is to obtain the required textbook and read chapter 1. I should also point out that the B151 lab has a text that you could use in the lab. You can't check it out, but you could use it in the lab. So for week 1, your graded assignments that you will submit for grading will be this discussion board exercise. And then you're also going to start working on an index page for the class, but I'll have a folder in the Dropbox for you to put your work so I can start looking at your code. And I'll talk about that more in the instructions. So what you're going to notice is this website case study number 1 for Pacific Trails Resort, chapter 2, chapter 3, and chapter 4 is not due until September 20th. But I want to caution you to not put off coding of these chapters until the night before this assignment is due. Coding doesn't work that way, and you will definitely regret it if you wait till the last minute to try and do all of this work all at once. You won't be able to make it unless you already know how to code. So I suggest just going through 1 chapter a week to stay in general guidelines with this course syllabus and the timing. So as I said, everything happens in the content, and each week I will post a new module. So when I post modules, they have 2 sub-modules for each module. You have the instruction materials, and then you also have things to submit for grading. And those things to submit for grading will kind of follow the outline on that course outline from the course syllabus. So make sure that you're always referencing that course syllabus to see what is due every single week. So the instruction materials, students are responsible for looking at all of these instruction materials. And I want to just say, don't let all of this material that I'm providing intimidate you too much, because much of this is reference materials and you'll just kind of quickly look at something and review it, maybe in conjunction with the textbook talking about it. So typically you're going to kind of get the text, read the text, be coding the practice exercises that are shown in the text. I can also tell you that you can't read about coding. You have to sit on the computer and code to learn to code. So you cannot just read the chapters. You actually need to practice the code as they're showing you different concepts of the elements and the use of the different techniques for HTML. So again, the intention of these resources under instruction materials are to give you new information and or supplement the information from the book. Either way, they are required that you review this information. And because we're an online class, part of your participation is viewing the instruction materials on a weekly basis when I'm posting these in these weekly modules. And so it is important that you are looking at those, because periodically I will go into the background of the class to see the status of the user report. Basically, what have you been viewing in the instruction materials. So I want to point out this discussion area of our classroom, and this is where you can post questions for the instructor. So if you have questions for me, you can go into this instructor office and start a new thread and post your question, and then I will answer it as soon as I can. Now, if other students are online and I haven't gotten to a question yet, then feel free to answer questions if you know the answer to the question. Other students can answer questions in here anytime. And I always look at anything posted in there, so if there are other comments to make on a thread, I will make the comments as well. The student chat area is just that. It's just a free-form area if you guys want to have discussion on anything. A lot of students in the past have just shared campus events or things like that with other students. So one thing I want to just kind of overview in general is appropriate language and postings in our online classroom. So when you go to content, when you have things to submit for grading, there will be links shown here, and I haven't finished setting up week 1 yet, but basically, if you have things to submit for grading, those will be shown on the course syllabus, and then you should be able to look at the course syllabus and match that to the things to submit for grading that is shown in a particular week's module. Other items of interest in this classroom are these web developer tools, and there's quite a few references here, so I wouldn't get bogged down with all of them, but we'll be touching on each one of these tools at some point in time throughout the class. So these are basically just good tools on the web for web development. So the last thing I want to point out is this class list, and this will show you basically who is in the class, and the little green light means that the person is online, logged into D2L. So that doesn't necessarily mean that they're sitting at their computer, but it does mean that they're logged into D2L. So sometimes students will be able to collaborate with their peers using this class list. One other note, you're going to see a few people in our class with this role ACCJC. Sacramento City College is being reviewed for accreditation, and that's the accreditation team that you'll be able to see those roles in all online classes, not just this class. But so you wouldn't actually be able to collaborate with folks that you're seeing that have that role, because they're just basically kind of you know, just looking in the background of the class but not participating in the course. So so that's your introduction to CISW 320 online. So to wrap this up, I want to tell you a little bit about me. I'm Professor Little. I've been full-time faculty since 2010 here at Sacramento City College, and I've been with the Los Rios Community College District teaching on and off part-time since 2000, so quite a long time of teaching experience. I'm a good resource for helping you outline your educational plans, and I'm happy to be a mentor for any student. I'm also the faculty advisor for the Sac City Web Professionals Club that was founded in 2012. So we are always looking for more participation by students, and essentially this is a group of students I'm trying to bring together in web development and design, and we work on projects and try and mentor each other and collaborate just on web development and web design. So our kickoff meeting for fall 2015 is Thursday, September 3rd from 5:30 to 6:30 in B223. I've got some snacks to provide for up to 15 people, so I'm not sure how many people will come, but there's going to be some snacks, so hopefully you guys can show up and participate. So the last item is I'm also the co-chair of the Computer Information Science Department, And if you haven't visited our website, you can take a look at our programs and get some other information on the Sac City College website, www.sec.losrios.edu/CIS. Okay, so we'll just go ahead and call this video a wrap, and then I'll come back and talk with you a little bit in a separate video about HTML.